Welcome, friends. Today, we're doing another fragrance rotation video for the week ending the 11th of May, 2025. Spectacular. That is right, my friends. Once again, I have returned to you, this time with another fragrance rotation video. And this week has been warm, especially the last few days. So have I been struggling? Not really struggling. But the spring fragrances are not warm weather fragrances. They're not hot weather fragrances. And it's been quite warm and hot. So I've had to box clever. I've had to be smart. And hopefully I have managed that. So let's take a look at what I wore. And on Monday, I wore Prada Amber Pom, a classic. I love this stuff. This is one of my very, very favourite perfumes. This is a slightly older bottle from the early 2000s or the late 90s. It's still in fantastic condition. All of the vintages of this are actually in fantastic condition. I've been very lucky. I've got a few first iteration, second, well into the 80s. And then I've got this. I even had a bottle from I think it was 2013. And that was still fantastic as well. So fear not, friends. This holds up really well. And there are plenty of vintage bottles of it still out there. Lots of lavender. Lots of rosemary, sage, oak moss. Bit of patchouli. It's fantastic. Just one of the great perfumes. One of the great masculine perfumes. I have smelled it in the shops recently, and for some reason there's amber woods in it now. And I would steer clear of, brand new bottles, but these slightly older bottles are still awesome. Absolutely awesome. And they can still be had at very good prices. Okay, next up is my rediscovery of the year so far. And this is Tower's Incense Rose. Wore this on Tuesday. An absolutely sensational perfume. This giving me big, fresh rose, wet rose, and then ambery incense in the dry down. Get a little bit of something fruity at the top there, but not like apple, like kind of orangey, tangerine kind of thing. A little bit spicy. It's got that Tower DNA with like your resins and your myrrh, cardamom. It's absolutely gorgeous. Like it's one of the most underrated ones from the brand. Like everybody looks at Leather Desert American and Lone Star Memories, and rightfully so, because they're incredible. But if you haven't smelled this before, I would highly recommend that you go and smell it and try it and see what you think. Because that Tower base is there. Everything you love about Tower is there, but there's also an incredible rose incense aspect with a little bit of fruitiness. The rose is a little bit fruity. It's lovely. It's lovely. It wears really well on men or women. It's awesome. Next up on Wednesday. On Wednesday, I wore another classic. This is Prada Amber Pom. This is my Made in Spain version. We don't mess with that Made in France version, which is awful. I've reviewed this, so I would encourage you to go and watch that. Labdanum, but not to the point of being ruinously rubbery. Patchouli, lovely patchouli, cardamom sort of thing. Fresh, clean, creamy, soapy. A men's fragrance made by women. I think it was Daniela Andrea. I can never remember. I think it was Daniela Andrea who works for Prada. I always get her and Matilda Ron mixed up. Daniela Andrea, and I can't remember who was in charge of Prada at the time, but they wanted to make a men's fragrance made for men by women, and that's what this is, and it's sensational. It's absolutely amazing. L'Oreal got a hold of it with their terrible mitts, and they shat all over it. You know? L'Oreal's reformulations of stuff are fucking awful. Clean, fresh, soapy, resinous. It's awesome. It smells like clean, moisturised skin. Okay, a debut on Thursday. The first time I have worn this, and this is Tobacco Rose by Papilon. Now, why is this called Tobacco Rose? It has no tobacco in. Very strange. Don't get much tobacco at all. I do get a hay thing from the Tonka. So Tonka can be used to flavour tobacco. Tonka can be used to make hair cords. It's very versatile, Kumaran sort of thing. So it's all making sense when you look at it in that context, you know. Performance was really good. Really enjoyed it. The rose in it's really crisp and fresh, and I was really happy wearing it. Smells really good. It's got something a little bit salty in there, airy, a little bit sweet too. Something a little bit sweet and resinous about it that I really enjoy. I need to spend more time with it before I get round to reviewing it and things like that, you know. So that is Tobacco Rose, my latest acquisition for the fragrance collection, even. And how delightful it is. Perfect for this kind of weather, actually. Warm spring days, you know. And on Friday, I wore something that is perfect for warm spring days, and it's Pavarotti. One of my very favourite fragrances. I have said often that it smells like happiness. A big honey, patchouli, lavender, petit grain, lemon verbena, neroli, moss, benzoin, soup. Smells like food. Does smell foody. Not like a soup, but like fresh ingredients in a kitchen making something fantastic that is good for you and healthy and yet tasty. Those things often don't mix, you know. Floral, clean. Just smells happy. Just smells happy to me. I just love that about it, like, you know. It's awesome. Big, handsome, gorgeous perfume. Whoop. Picked that up by the bottle and picked it up by the cap, and it landed in my hand there. Yesterday I went to my friend's for a barbecue, and I wore this Oroner Sorco because it was warm yesterday. It was very warm. The warmest. It was even warmer than it is today, and it's quite warm today too. This is quite a dense. This is quite a dense summer fragrance. It's ambery. It's a little bit spicy, but it's got that syrupy white floral thing going on, which is incredible. Orange Blossom's the only white floral that I actively like, you know? Like, I really like Orange Blossom in Queer Canage and in this, and there's something else that I really like it in as well, which escapes us at the minute. But it's fantastic for summertime. And they paired it with this cinnamon, which is very ghostly in this. You don't get the cinnamon coming through as much as I would have liked. It's a little bit like the patchouli noisette, because in patchouli noisette you get the patchouli, but you don't get a lot of that hazelnut sort of material coming through, unfortunately. But I really like this stuff. I get a really fresh, sweet air. It's like, it smells like evening in the desert, you know? So it lends itself really well to hot weather, you know? It's like you can still feel the ground baking or cooling off after baking under the sun all day. And that brings me on to today. Today is warm again, so I needed something citrusy and fresh. And what did I use? Today I felt like wearing this. Hom Gray. Hom Gray by Gray for Hom. So this is sheep rare. And at the top it's based on lemon, bergamot, petitgrain. A little bit herbal too. And you've got that big floral mid. Neroli big in this. A little bit of jasmine. And then the base is like this labdanum oak moss thing. Big oak moss for me in this. Wears really well. It's a really top masculine perfume. It's in the same vein as Chanel's Pour Monsieur or Eau Sauvage. It's in that sort of vein. I think I might like this better than both of those. But I don't know. I'd have to do a side by side, but I think as a personal favourite, I like this one the most. Anyway, that has been my fragrance rotation, friends. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.